agree that a United States citizen can write one's congressman asking questions if there are any standards in
How
this
did the
country.
FCC get a tape of my show?
Because the FCC asked for it.
Who did they ask?
They asked they sent a letter to me through my congressman.
Who provided the tape to the congressman?
I provided the tape.
Well, then you did more than complain. You provided a tape to the United States government so that they could censor us from what we hear. So yes, you have participated in that.
Not that they could censor, that they could know more about enforcing the law when there are appeals by the lawyers of Infinity Broadcasting, appeal after appeal. Somebody asked me why it took two years. Did I think the FCC was slow? It was that when a case is under appeal, no action can be taken. You have been allowed to have your radio program every morning for 52 weeks a year, 5 days a week, 4 hours a morning while this thing has been being decided.
And I make you this vow, and Dick, I make you this vow, and members of the jury, I make this vow. I will never, ever pay any fine to the United States government. Because if I do that, or if my radio station pays this fine, if I ever pay a fine, that means all of our free speech is in question.
And does it bother you that of the many thousands of people who listen to Howard, very few complain? Percentage-wise?
Yes, very few complain.
The associate producer who asked me to come debate last Tuesday said that the intended audience for Howard Stern's TV show represents the 25 to 35-year-old men in this country.
That's right.
And to me, that is discrimination not only against women, but men under the age of 25 and over the age of 35 who are probably the vast majority in this country.
And we do not determine who watches or listens to this show. It so happens that most men between the ages of 25 and 35 listen and watch this show because we get ratings back to tell us so. But anyone is welcome to watch the show. Let's be serious. Is this woman in touch? Is she in touch with what you think? She's obviously not in touch. I don't mean any disrespect by that, Ann, but your ideas are archaic. And I think that you're completely out of line.
I haven't had much of a chance to hear her ideas.
Here is Penthouse Magazine. Will that be banned by Ann? Will that be next to go?
That's the printing press, and the publisher.
That's okay.
The publisher owns the press.
The publisher owns the press.
The issue is broadcasting over the airwaves, which are owned by the public.
If I show this vibrator on TV, will I be locked in jail next week because Ann doesn't like it?
It may be.
Will I?
It's not if I don't like it.
If you don't like, if you didn't complain, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Maybe I could get
I didn't complain.
You complained to your congressman. You asked questions.
I saw a debate once where the guy in the center got to speak sometimes.
Dick, I think both Ann and I will agree that you don't know how to handle a debate. Something wrong with you. You're droning on like that.
You show me one and I'll handle it.
He may not know how to handle you.
I'll tell you
right.
this.
You love it that you think nobody knows how to handle you.
Nobody knows how to handle me. And let me tell you something, Ann. I will never give in.
The
United States government does not determine what we will say. I'm sorry, Dick. Go ahead.
Just before you do, I just out of curiosity, I would like to get one single answer to one single question clear.
Go ahead.
Before facing the traffic back into New York.
Yes.
And getting hold of the gypsy who told me it would be a good idea to come out here. Ann.
Yes.
Do you find an entire range of broadcasting Howard's show is among the most offensive, or do you find anything that has similar characters?
Well, of course, he claims that all the other disc jockeys, all the other talk shows and so forth are stealing his stuff.
They are, Dan.
Yeah, they're stealing his stuff, and that he started all of this.
You know this by being a regular listener?
She listens.
Monitoring it very frequently.
Monitoring, it's now called. It's not listening. Listening 4 hours a day now is monitoring.
Well, I wrote a letter to the Marriott Hotel where I was 2 weeks ago saying that I didn't think that they should sponsor the Howard Stern show and that I monitored it quite occasionally to see if he was still up to his old tricks, and they were getting worse all the time.
And they will continue to get worse all the time. I will never change. I will not be subjugated to this woman's thought process.
Not my thought process.
Yes, your thought process.
The 80 million households, have you ever polled them? The 80 million households.
Yes, and they all listen to me, and like you do, except you call it monitoring.
All right, I listen to it.
You listen to it and you love it.
To see your hijinks and what you're up to.
That's what all of New York is doing, listening to hear what I'm up to, and nothing I'm doing is harmful or offensive. Anyone could listen to this show. Nothing bad would happen to him. You would be fine. Why don't you ask for a vote, Dick?
I think maybe we've run out of time.
What about the vote from the jury? Ask them what they believe. These are people, I don't even know these people.
There has been a device set up where 10 strangers, perfectly innocent as far as I can tell, have been asked to represent the American public here.
Have I ever met you people before?
And they're going to be asked to vote. How in hell they could do so under the circumstances, I have no idea.
I think they formulate an opinion.
No offense to them, do I give a damn what they think about what you've just seen. But just to fulfill the exigencies and the plans here, how many people feel like putting up their hand when I say it's for Howard? How many feel like putting up his hand, since there seems to be one person left, when I say it's for Ann?
How could you do that?
Good for you.
What, are you related to Ann?
Yeah. I don't want anyone to think I am prejudiced here. Actually,
you're a young guy. How could you think
Actually, I don't much care if you do. In the regard that I would say any man who held his hand up against 9 people shows a certain kind of freedom that we have in America, not unlike the one of having lots of freedom of speech and freedom of press. I'm not even going to plug the Robert Redford special I'm on Sunday night on NBC because I have such a high regard.
Well, I would like to say one thing. I would like to thank Ann and shake her hand and thank her for coming and doing the debate with us.
Oh, I thank you for coming because this was established by Channel 9 and not by Howard Stern.
Well, all right. You're a very nice woman. I wish you a lot of luck.
Hey, what are you 2 kids doing New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I won the debate. Everybody's for me.
Thank you all.
Everybody's for me. Everybody was with me. I'm a better debater. I don't get on TV enough.
So do you think I'll make the lineup tonight?
Do you think I'll make the lineup? John, I am so annoyed with you. You walk around here moping. You know what? I almost didn't want to put John on tonight. He walks around moping because he hasn't been on the show. You know all I know is our ratings have gone up since you haven't been on the show.
See, you know what it is, Howard? I get popped by Ted Ott sometimes, and, you know...
Wait a second.
Here he goes.
Here we go again. This is why you're never on. Nobody knows who Ted Ott is.
No, but I mean...
Nobody knows what you're talking about. Right. That didn't even... You're obscure.
Okay.
Could you come back to the earth?
Do you want me to say what I wanted to say?
Say it.
Well, you know, I go out, I ask Yoko Ono those questions. I get popped.
You get Yoko?
I ask Yoko Ono a question that pisses her off, and I get popped, and I do these things, and it never gets shown.
All right, let me just say something. First of all, you're lucky to be on the TV show. You're very good. You go out and you ask goofy questions like a mental patient, and everybody likes it.
Thank you very much.
But if we don't get to you for 1 week, do you still get paid if you're not on for 1 week?
I just want to contribute, that's all.
Do you get paid if you're not on for 1 week? Why would you possibly care? Why would you possibly care if you're not on? You're back there, you're part of the crew. A lot of guys would give their left arm to be part of the show. Stop whining, stop crying every minute. It's immature.
No, I know.
You've done nothing. You've done nothing your whole career.
No, I just want to contribute, that's all.
You've done nothing. You want to contribute, and you are contributing. But to walk around here moping.
Who's moping?
If you're going to mope.
When was I moping?
If you're going to mope on our show. If you're going to walk around upset and bothering Robin in her dressing room every minute.
Crying before the show, every week.
What does he say to you before the show?
What did I say?
You think am I on the show this week? Do you think I'll make it? Well, yeah, they put me on, but I won't make it.
Nobody wants to be brought down. Nobody wants to be brought down by you. Now, I'm going to show... John went up to Lost in Space Convention in Boston. You want me to take a quick commercial break here and we'll come back and look at that? Or we got time to roll the tape? Take a quick break here. Take a quick break. We'll come back, and we'll take a look at John's tape. Now, let's bring out our spokesmodel.
You can't wait to get to commercials.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Now, is this what you usually wear to the beach?
Wow. You ever go to a beach and wear this?
Sure, everybody does in California.
What about when you come around to New York? Do you ever go to the beach and, like,
walk out? It's a little cold to wear this stuff in New York.
You know what John had the nerve to say about this woman? This is amazing to me.
Come on, see, don't do this to me.
This is amazing.
All right, John,
now, you have a poster out? There's a poster out of you?
Yeah, I do. It's one of a series that's going to be coming out by the end of the month.
And where can we get this poster? Where is the poster available? Is the poster available